What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now today we're going to be talking about, well, first of all, I've not posted in a while, so I apologize for that. But yeah, um but we're going to be covering the Anthony Joshua fight that happened last night, the Anthony Joshua fight, which could have been a disaster for the Fury fight, but luckily AJ got that knockout in the end, round two. Beautiful knockout. But that was what he needed, because oh my god, that was a horrible performance, AJ. What was that? Generally, what the fuck was that? You have a guy in there who, yes, he can hit hard, but this guy's only ever knocked out bums. So it's like, I predicted AJ would win, yeah? And the reason why is because it should have been simple. This guy's only knocked out bums. So it's like, how do we know if he can punch that harder when he's only knocking out bums? So I thought AJ would just go in there and smoke him like he did in Garnu. That's what I thought. That's generally what I thought. I was not convinced at all that this guy would do any problems, that this guy would give any problems to AJ. Not at all. But it's like the first round, AJ's feeling him out, throwing the jabs to the body, throwing jabs to the head. Immediately he gets hit with a shot. As soon as like Prenga comes in, throws a left hook, a right hand, then he comes with an uppercut, which didn't even look that powerful, but it somehow dropped him. I thought it was a slip at first, but no, it was actually a real knockdown, which was just shocking that he got dropped by that. And then he got dropped again in the same round against Prenga, but he got hit with a right hand to the top of the head, which you could debate. It might not have been a proper knockdown because Prenga was like leaning on him, so maybe it might not have been. But I don't know. You could say it was a knockdown. You could say maybe it might have been a bit of a off balance. I don't know, or slip. I don't know. Maybe just his weight, or I don't know. But that was bad. And he got hurt badly in that first round. He was getting hit all over the place and getting just wobbled everywhere. It was shocking. I couldn't believe my eyes. What was I seeing? I was seeing AJ getting rocked by a bum. Okay, that's a bit harsh. He's not a bum, but rocked by really a journeyman. I'll say this. I'd say Prenga's definitely like Dave Allen level. Prenga, I think he's definitely Dave Allen level. Definitely. Dave Allen level, except that he's not really known. So it's like, you probably say Dave Allen's better just because he's known. But if you think about it, they're really the same level, Prenga and Dave Allen. I think Prenga's probably ranked higher than Dave Allen. I don't know. I haven't checked box rec, but he's probably ranked higher than Dave Allen. But yeah. But I think he's about the same level as Dave Allen, which is still bad for AJ, because how are you getting hit by that guy? Generally, man. And getting dropped by that guy. All you had to do was move around the ring. You got the footwork, move around the ring, be a very hard target to hit. You got the footwork. You've been training with Usyk for like what, a year now? You should know better. You should have better defense. You should have better defense, better footwork. But instead you were just standing there waiting to be hit. Every time you were just there to be hit. He wasn't moving around the ring. He wasn't doing what he was trained to do. Move. Be light on your feet. Stop being so just in one spot. Move around the ring. Stop going back in straight lines when you get hit. Stop it. Just go around the ring. But no, he was going in straight lines, back straight lines. And man, that was a scary first round. But then AJ did the unthinkable. Not the unthinkable, but he did what he needed. He knocked him out in the second round because Prenga didn't really do much in the second round, and that allowed AJ to get aggressive and knock him out. So it's like, yeah. So it's like, I don't know what that was. And the thing is, yeah, this was AJ's opportunity, man. This was AJ's opportunity to prove everyone wrong. Everyone who said he's chinny, everyone said he's mentally weak. You only proved them right. Everyone who said he was chinny and mentally weak, they got proven right. And it kills me to say that because I'm a huge AJ fan. And it kills me to say this on camera. He's washed. I was the one arguing with people saying, no, he's not washed. Getting knocked out by Devardas doesn't mean you're washed. He's a heavy hitter. Same with Ruiz. He's very skilled, very heavy hitting. And Klitschko at the time, very skilled, very heavy hitting. So it's like, I was always defending AJ when he talks about his chin, talks about his resistance, talks about his mentality. I was always defending him when everyone's just trashing him. But this is undefended. I can't really defend it. I can't defend this. How are you getting dropped twice by this guy in one round? How are you getting hurt by this guy? I know he's got a 100% knockout ratio or whatever, but who was he knocking out? He was knocking out bombs, delivery drivers who were there to lose. So it's like, how are you getting hit? How are you getting knocked down by this guy? How are you struggling with this guy? I'm happy you got the knockout. That was a miracle. Not a miracle, but because I feel like he definitely could have landed any shot any time because he's just way better than Prenga skill-wise, but it's just his chin, man. His chin. He really is chinny. I have to admit it. I hate saying that, but he really is chinny. Because if he had a chin, if he had a really good chin, if he had a really good recovery, you could have won that fight easily. Easily. But his defense, that's the biggest issue. His defense, always just there to be hit, not putting his guard up, not moving around the ring, just being a stationary target against a guy who is slow. When you find a guy as slow as Prenga, all you have to do is just move. Stop standing still, waiting to be hit. Move. Like he did against Ruiz in the rematch. Move. I don't know why he didn't do that. He was just standing there, like, and his defense was just trash, just dropping his hand in and chin on. Like, it was a disaster. Thank God he got that knockout at the end. Thank God he saved his career there, saved his legacy. Because if he had lost to this guy, that would have been really bad. If he had lost to this guy, if that guy had beaten him, and that guy had an AJ win on his record, because that would be embarrassing. Because up until this point, this guy's fought nothing but cans. Nothing but cans. He's beat nothing but cans. Got beat by a 1 and 2 opponent in his first ever fight. This guy's beaten absolute cans. And imagine if he beat AJ, that would be embarrassing. So AJ definitely saved his legacy there. Because everyone would remember you for getting knocked out by a doorman. If that had happened, if that scenario happened, if he got knocked out by a doorman, that would have been incredibly embarrassing. And everyone would remember him for that. They wouldn't even talk about like his career, like when he was in his prime. They wouldn't even talk about it. They would just say, oh, he was a hype job. He got knocked out by a fucking doorman. Even though Mike Tyson was getting knocked out by Kevin McBride, who wouldn't have laced his boots in his prime, and other fighters. So you can't really say much, because AJ is past his best. So you can't say, oh, he's always been a hype job. No, because it's just that AJ's past his best, and his chin is definitely gone. Like, he doesn't have good recovery. He doesn't have good enough punch resistance to, last against elite fighters at this point. He doesn't. He won't beat Dubois. He won't beat Atama. Definitely won't beat Atama. He'll get demolished by Atama. He wouldn't beat Caballel. Wouldn't beat even Hrgovic. I said AJ would beat Hrgovic in the past. He loses to Hrgovic now. He loses to Wardley. I said after Dubois and Wardley, I thought, oh, AJ's a chance, because Wardley, you never know, the damage he took in that Dubois fight. Maybe he might not be. Maybe his chin might have gone after all the damage he took in that fight against Dubois. Maybe he might be as washed as AJ. But he might be like sort of in the same boat as AJ, where his chin is, off. He's not really able to take much punishment. I thought that would be the case. I thought he would, I thought that would be the case. But no, AJ's way worse than Wardley, because Wardley, I mean, we have to see, because we haven't seen Wardley since that fight. But for now, he definitely is worse, because it's like you're getting dropped by Kristian Prenga. Wardley took damage from Dubois, but then AJ took damage from Dubois. So it's like, yeah, but yeah, but let's not get it twisted, yeah. Because I'm seeing everyone saying Tyson is definitely going to beat him now. Are you sure about that? I wouldn't say you're completely crazy after what we just watched last night. I wouldn't say you're completely delusional, completely crazy to think that you could beat AJ easily. But why are you so confident, though? Why are you so confident? Because do you not see his fight on Friday? He looked absolutely horrific in that fight. Terrible. Shit. Old. Ancient. Slow as molasses. No punching power. No nothing. The only thing he had was the technique, but that's it. He's always been a good technical boxer, but his defense is not as good as it used to be. He's very hittable nowadays. His footwork, he was slow in there. He looks very slow. He looked very hittable. And this Mariusback guy's like 46. He's a bum. He's washed. He's old, and he was still landing clean on Fury a lot of times. And it's like and before this fight, I was saying, oh, AJ's definitely got a chance now. He definitely can knock Fury out now. Definitely can demolish him now. I was saying that, but that got shut down right now after this fight. I would still say it's 50-50 though, because I still think Fury's completely washed, just as washed as AJ is washed. They're both washed. They both wouldn't beat top 10 heavyweights. Fury's not going to beat Dubois. He's not going to beat Caballel. He's not going to beat Atama. He's not going to beat all these other top heavyweights. Fury is just as shit as AJ. Don't get it twisted. AJ's washed, but Fury's just as washed. If you see this last fight, you would know that. And so get out of his arse. Stop arse licking Fury, because AJ had a terrible performance against a doorman, but Fury looked terrible against a fucking damn near old man. He'd been knocked out by fucking Atama in 2 rounds. Atama would have starched Fury. Any heavyweight with power who actually can box would have starched Fury. Same with AJ as well, unfortunately, and it pains me to say that. It pains me to say that, but whatever. I'm done. AJ, please just fight Fury and just retire at this point. Don't try and go for undisputed, because you're not gonna get undisputed. Fight Fury and then retire. Please don't do this to yourself, man. You're ruining your legacy with these type of fights, man. You're ruining your legacy, man. It's getting embarrassing, man. It's getting really hard to defend you. Really hard to defend you.